Welcome to Thunder Live on FanDuel Sports Network, presented by Toyota. Let's go places. What a way to wrap up the final back-to-back of the regular season. The Thunder are squaring off against the LA Clippers in their series finale, and Oklahoma City walking away with a 128-110 victory. Some high-level offense, some big-time shot making, and also some pretty stifling defense. Isaiah Joe continuing to be red hot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with some next level playmaking, and Chet Holmgren with an historic performance. Welcome back inside Intuit Dome and into Thunder Live. I'm Paris Lawson. We'll bring Michael Cage in here shortly, but a couple of highlights right off the top of this show. The fact that the Thunder defeated the LA Clippers here tonight. They have now won 7 consecutive games, but on top of that, probably more importantly, they have also clinched the top spot in the Western Conference heading into the playoffs. That means they've got home court advantage, a great thing to have heading into the postseason, and the Thunder have now earned that for their 3rd consecutive season. It is not an easy feat. And the Thunder, although it was a large victory here tonight, they also had to earn this win here inside of Intuit Dome, the second night of a back-to-back against a veteran, healthy LA Clippers team. And the Thunder got out to a strong lead and weathered some storms and walked away with yet another win, and now won 8 straight against the Clippers. A really high-level performance for Oklahoma City here in Los Angeles. All right, let's bring in, I would say, a Clippers expert in Michael Cage into the conversation here tonight. And Michael, the guy I want to start with is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We continue to just see what he's able to do offensively as a scorer, but how about his performance tonight as a playmaker with those 11 assists? What'd you think of that?
Well, Paris, you can tell from the start of the game, it's we're going to take the ball out of his hands, and we're going to let him have it, but he's got to give up the basketball. And when he gives up the basketball, you've heard us talk about it so many times, he knows where it needs to go right away. Did a terrific job of just navigating around the Clippers' double teams, their zone defense, and just finding his teammates. Anytime you get 11 assists and you're the leading, one of the top most lethal scorers in the association, that's special within itself. But look how he's passing this ball. Look how he's making all these plays happen for the Thunder players, where he's collapsing the defense to the last minute, and then he makes a laser pass, and the defense just can't recover, Paris. And it's just really been beautiful to watch tonight.
It's incredible the balance that he plays with offensively. It just makes him that much more dangerous of a player when he's out there on the floor. Is he going to shoot? Is he going to pass? You really don't know, and it leads to a level of unpredictability that's really, really difficult to guard. MVP level stuff from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'll tell you what, Michael, a guy who benefited heavily from a lot of that playmaking. How about Isaiah Joe, who's just been an absolute flamethrower for Oklahoma City as of late? Red hot in this game here again tonight. Lighten it up from behind the arc.
Well, a zone buster. And, you saw that come right away from the Clippers in that first quarter. They inserted him into the game, and he picked up where he left off 7 games ago. Just instant offense. He always parks himself opposite of where the basketball is, and they find him. He does a great job of moving. I'm liking this kind of action because he's scoring off the dribble, Paris. He's scoring the mid-range. He's scoring layups. And then when he hits some of those deep threes, you look at the coaching staff, you just throw up your hands and say, look, the guy shot the ball from downtown L.A. What do you want me to do? This guy is hotter than the month of July.
He certainly is white hot out here on the court for the Thunder. And as you mentioned, a zone buster, really hard to defend a guy like Isaiah Joe, who's able to get that shot off so quickly and in so many different ways. All right, Michael Cage, how about this? If you can believe it, only one more road game left in this season for Oklahoma City, and it takes place out in the Mile High City against the Denver Nuggets on Friday. What can we look forward to in that matchup?
Well, the Thunder have really been great against the Western Conference teams. They're 3-0 against the Denver Nuggets. Obviously, Jokic, a healthy Aaron Gordon, and Jamal Murray have been big factors in the surges of the late for the Nuggets. But look at the series where the Thunder have had a really great advantage in scoring the basketball. They've done low turnovers, and they've done a great job of getting points off of turnovers, which Denver, being a veteran team, doesn't turn the ball over very often. So it'll be interesting Friday night in the Mile High City with the Thunder coming in there with a 3-0 advantage so far in this season.
I tell you what, this entire road trip has just been test after test after test for Oklahoma City. So far, they have risen to all of those challenges. Going to be interesting to see how things round out against the Denver Nuggets on Friday. Michael Cage, thank you so much for joining me here on Thunder Live postgame. Appreciate your insights as always. And for those of you at home who are staying up late with us, stick around because when we come back, we're talking about the performance of Chet Holmgren, 30 and 14. And don't forget those 4 blocks. A performance by the Thunder here in Los Angeles, taking down the Clippers 128-110. And after the game, our very own Nick Gallo caught up with Chet Holmgren. Let's listen in.
Chet, this Clippers team had been playing well. They play with such force on both ends, but you build a 20-point lead. What did it take early to set the tone in this game on both sides?
Just understanding the game plan, what we had to get to on both ends. I feel like we did a good job in our rotations and heating up the ball on the defensive end, and then on offensive end did a good job of trusting each other. I don't know how many assists we had, but I'm sure we had a lot tonight. And, we saw the ball go down, which always helps, and that's a good recipe.
Yeah, the ball was pinging around, and you got looks from so many different parts of the floor, obviously scored at all 3 levels, but it was your activity that really stood out. How critical is that when you've got the playmakers that you have for you to be sprinting the floor, cutting the way that you were tonight?
Yeah, we have, some of the best players in the league when it comes to playing with the ball in their hands, and only one person can have the ball at a time. So, everybody's got to do their part to help move the floor and make our offense as efficient as possible. And, when you do that and you trust that they're going to find you when you work to get open, and then they do, good things happen.
The season's a long journey. Congrats on clinching the number 1 seed overall. Obviously, every year we see how important home court advantage is. How big of a deal is this for you guys to get the 1 seed again this year?
It's extremely important. Just knowing that in the event of a Game 7, it's always going to be at home. You can't underestimate how valuable that is. We saw that in the playoffs last year twice. So, it's extremely important. Regular season games really do matter. And, it's great to see that the hard work has paid off in one way, and now we got more to do.
Yep, you guys brought it every night, including this one. Congrats, Chet. Appreciate you.
Appreciate that, Gallo. Thank you.
The hard work has paid off for the Thunder, and Chet's hard work, well, it has paid off for him on the court as well, and it was showcased big time in his performance against the Clippers here tonight. That is why he is our forward player of the game. A monster 2-way complete performance from Chet Holmgren that got going from the very outset of this game. Not only scoring at all 3 levels of the court, behind the 3-point line, above the rim, in the mid-range, out in transition, but he was also a force defensively as well with those 4 blocks. And not only a great performance, but a historic one at that. We have to go through all of the numbers, and it's going to be a lot, but it's worth mentioning. 30 points, 14 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. And he is now the only player in OKC history with 30, 14, 5, 2, and 4 in a single game. And we hear all the time Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault talking about all the invisible ways that Chet Holmgren is able to impact a basketball game. And then he has a game like this where the numbers are really, really loud, and it's really hard to ignore just how impactful he is on both ends of the floor, whether that's getting out in transition, spacing the floor for you as a 5-man, or being able to toggle between playing the floor 4, playing the 5, or protecting the rim like he did here tonight with those 4 blocks and also 2 steals. Just such a well-rounded performance from Chet Holmgren, who is certainly making his case for an all-defensive team selection here in the postseason, helping the Thunder to yet another victory here on the road. We got more for you here on Thunder Live. When we come back, we'll hear from Thunder head coach Mark Daigneault get his thoughts on tonight's win against the LA Clippers.